following podcast may contain explicit language not suitable for all viewers. Viewer discretion is advised.
I'm gonna keep this shit in because I'm not gonna.
Oh no, it's recording?
Oh yeah, it's absolutely recording. I'm just gonna keep.
No.
Fine, I will cut. Fuck you. All right, dude. It's the most wonderful time of the year. Fuck Christmas. It's Royal Rumble weekend.
Royal Rumble.
Welcome to the Shoot Style Sauna Wrestling Podcast, episode 11, La Fin de Semaine Royale. Basically, the Royal Rumble weekend.
Oh, I was gonna say, what'd you just call me?
It's French, you uncultured shitbag.
Oh!
Yeah, stupid. Wow. I'm your executive producer and this week's host, Papa Steam himself, Tim. Stella's in Oakland, California because he wants to play video games. And
What a nerd.
He's a dweeb, but we'll get to that later. My guest today at this time, the return of the sharpshooter himself, Sam. What's going on, buddy?
Not much. I'm just sucking on a Jolly Rancher right now, so just give me a few minutes and I'll be more talkative.
Loving life. And my other partner's time, the Sami Zayn to my Kevin Owens, because I'm better than you. Eric Harmon. Eric, how you doing?
Sami Zayn. I'm all right. I'm no. I mean, I'm a little worse after that insult, but you know, you gotta overcome that shit.
It's all right. That's all right. We got a great episode ahead for you guys. We're gonna talk about some stuff. We're gonna get in the sauna seat. We're gonna predict 3 pay-per-views, and we got the SDU as well as our superstar of the week. But we're gonna start with the one count. Some of my favorite highlights from this week, and we're just going to talk about shit. First, Impact at Mexico tapings, Taya dropped the title to Jordynne Grace, even though she retained at Hard to Kill. Do you guys think that was the right move?
I think...
Because I dig it, because Jordynne Grace is sick.
I think Jordynne Grace should have won it at Hard to Kill because I predicted it.
I agree. I also did this. You and I agreed on that. But it's weird that they put it on TV tapings and not...
Wait, is Jordynne Grace Mexican or
No,
Spanish descent?
Not in the slightest. I don't believe so. I know her real name is Trisha. That's about it.
Oh, that's very Mexican.
Trisha Parker.
Trisha
Oh,
Parker.
that's so Mexican.
She's dating Jonathan Gresham. Who would kick?
Oh no, they are still dating.
They are still dating, absolutely. But it's weird that they would, not drop it to Jordynne Grace at Hard to Kill. You know, the pay-per-view where it makes the most sense.
My theory is Taya might have signed somewhere or has something. I don't know. She still has the AAA title, right? I think
she's still Reina de Reinas.
So maybe AEW, because I know they have some form of partnership.
I'm thinking WWE because of John Morrison.
That would probably be.
I'm thinking AEW because they've had the AAA tag titles already on there. So I figure, why not? Let's continue that partnership.
And I think Phoenix is still the AAA champion.
No, it's Kenny.
Kenny?
Because Phoenix lost to Kenny
Yeah.
a while back, and then Kenny defended that on Dark
Yeah.
against Jack Evans of all fucking people.
No, Jack Evans is pretty big in Mexico.
Is he really?
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
Actually,
it was big in Lucha Underground. That
Yeah.
I knew, but I didn't know he was like super big still in like AAA.
Oh,
shit.
him and Helico were...
Sky Blondes,
TH2.
baby.
Yeah.
Los Güeros del Cielo, the Sky Blondes. TH2, it's a dumb name. They should have went.
I love that.
They should have kept the Sky Blondes because it's a better name. I'm just saying. We're gonna go to NXT. So NXT Women's Championship is now being. They dropped the women's, and now it's just gonna be called the NXT Championship. It's been said that Becky had a big say in that, but I'm not.
Oh,
but
I guarantee.
she tweeted out something where it's like it wasn't me that had a say in it. I was just saying because why not? I'm not like, I get the concept. I'm not sure if it was smart, just because it's gonna have a lot of people being like, all right, well now what do we call the men's title?
So now...
But do you think that they should be doing it for all titles? Like, so like the Raw Women's Championship is just the Raw Championship, and the SmackDown Women's Championship is like the SmackDown Championship. Like, do you think it's smart?
I mean,
it makes sense on main roster because the other 2 big belts are the WWE title
And the Universal.
Which, so a SmackDown's championship and a Raw championship, that makes sense. But in NXT, the NXT champion, there's 2 NXT championships.
So now can men go after
I was
Rhea?
gonna say,
I don't think they're doing that. Although it'd be interesting as to why. But
I mean, it probably won't, but it could send up like intergender stuff. Maybe, I don't know.
it could.
It could.
I'd believe it.
But how do we distinguish one title from the other is my question.
Which I'm assuming they'll have to at some point.
They will.
Just to be like, hey, we actually did it.
Because if Triple H is doing it, then he has probably some plan for it.
Then do you actually think that other people will follow? Do you think like UK will do it? Because I know they changed the UK title name, so it's not the WWE UK, it's the NXT UK.
Oh, I thought it. Oh, okay.
And they changed and they added side plates to it.
They did add side plates.
Yeah.
They did
Pretty
add
cool.
new side plates to it, which I haven't looked at fully just because I haven't watched UK this week.
I was really worried that they were going to change the whole plate and just do like another, like a universal WWE Championship design like that, because I think the UK Championship is one of the most beautiful championship
I think it's
titles
absolutely amazing.
in
I think it's
wrestling.
one of their best titles right now. 'Cause it looks really good. Have you seen the picture of the Cruiserweight title, but instead of purple, it's black, and then the gold plating?
I have not.
It looks so cool.
Can you pull up a picture of it? Or if not, I can. So basically, I found it on Twitter after I made my new wrestling Twitter, by the way, which I'll talk about that later in this episode. But someone went on Photoshop or something, and they took Cruiserweight title as it is now. They took the purple and they made it black, and then they made the silver plates gold, and it looks sick. But
If they're going to do that, they should keep the same shape design to
no, it's absolutely the same
keep
shape.
it, distinguish them
I
between.
didn't yet. Do you have it?
Hold up.
Because I mean, if they've already changed the Intercontinental title, which I don't like the new
I
design.
don't like. I like that.
I honestly-
classic
I like the white belt.
Is it because Cody?
It is because of
introduced
Cody. I think that's what I've heard is the actual reasons because Cody changed it. Which even
Bad
so,
bitch.
like they had white before. Just keep it. It looks
Yeah.
better. That's it right
Oh,
there.
that's pretty badass
That's
looking.
it. I'll see if I can find a way to put a picture of it, or
Yeah,
just
and
look
think-
it up.
I think
Doesn't
that-
that look awesome though?
Yeah, I think that'll elevate it too to look less
Like if you
a
put that on
toy.
Angel Garza right now, that would look awesome.
Oh.
But
Except he kind of goes with the purple because he wears like purple kind of pants.
I love Angel Garza, but we'll talk about him
I
later too.
love Angel
But
Garza so
I think
much.
the one title that needs to be changed a bit is the United States.
Yeah, I
like
agree.
that
U.S.
design.
But that's the oldest title now. They
I
haven't
know.
changed that in a bit.
There's
But
room.
They haven't changed that since when it started. Like what? Early 2000s?
2004.
Back with the SmackDown 6, I think, was when they had it.
Yep, that was the first incarnation. Then Cena did the spinner belt, and then Orlando Jordan brought it back.
Which we don't talk about Orlando Jordan. I forbid that name to be on this podcast. But
I like the design. It's classic. When I started watching wrestling, that was one of the bigger titles because I watched SmackDown.
that was back when it had value.
Back when it was Chris Benoit versus JBL.
Redacted versus JBL?
Yes.
Did you see that interview with his kid?
How David? How he wants to
Yeah.
be Chris Benoit Jr.?
Yeah.
I don't know I think if he goes by Chris Benoit Jr., I think he won't get hired anywhere.
Yeah.
It's just.
I think he
just
has to
don't-
literally change his name to something that's not Benoit.
I just.
Like, don't get me wrong.
He had no like involvement in that. Why does he have to pay for his father's like past?
don't get me wrong. I loved Chris Benoit.
And
Like, he was a fantastic wrestler. Like, he was like Wolverine. He was stocky,
Yeah, he was-
but dude, his Germans were the best Germans ever. Fuck Brock Lesnar's Germans. His Germans was
whoa,
No.
whoa.
if you want to be
whoa.
if you want to be comparative, watch Chris Benoit's Germans. They look
Yeah.
fantastic. He throws them.
Yeah.
It could be a combination of selling too, but I loved Chris Benoit.
I'm just biased against Brock Lesnar.
I know you love
because
Brock
I
Lesnar.
Fucking love Brock Lesnar.
I think it's almost like Roman syndrome where you shove down our throats so much. Where I'm like,
Brock?
I don't care anymore.
I'm getting-
He's like,
I'm getting sick of him having the top title and devaluing it and just
give him
not
the
being there.
Just give him the U.S. title. It doesn't mean
No,
anything.
I think it makes it more prestigious. I would say because it doesn't get like defended often. Brock always has it for a long period of time, which was one of the main complaints we have in the company. People don't hold titles for long enough, so they just devalue 24/7 title.
Although that was never meant to.
It was never. But
It's WWE's version of the Iron Man Heavy Metal Weight.
It's just the same principle goes. Like if you're gonna have a title belt, you have to have some level of prestigiousness towards it. Which is why I would argue that the NXT UK title is the most prestigious title.
There's only been
One
three
of the two.
champions.
There's
Yep.
2 champions and both.
Three. Tyler Bate, Pete
I
Dunne,
forgot about
Walter.
Tyler. I forgot.
How dare you forget
Since-
about my big
I
Since
Four?
forgot-
2017, it's been 3 years and 3 champions.
Which, yeah, it is. Who do you think is actually going to take it off him?
Ilya. 100%. I don't know anybody else who it could be.
I actually thought, like, while watching Blackpool, and we'll get to Blackpool really quickly, I thought Joe Coffey was going to be the one. Like, if you watch, when you watch the match, there's a lot of moments where you're like, Joe Coffey's actually going to do it. Because I love Joe Coffey.
Oh, Joe Coffey's awesome.
And I thought he was going to be the one because that's how he's been booked, is that he is a strong dude.
Guys,
Actually, instead of Ilya, you know who I want to do it?
I have one after this.
Bomber Dave.
That would be.
I would love to see Dave Mastiff and Walter go nuts at it. Because Dave
That would be a
Mastiff,
great
I
match.
love Bomber Dave.
Can we get Grado to come
Get out.
to NXT?
Out. I don't allow that shit.
Book Grado.
I think a good idea, just looking at our graphic here, would be Drew McIntyre. That'd be a good
Nah,
match.
they're not gonna.
I know they're not gonna take him off main
They just made
roster.
him face.
See, I thought they were gonna keep Cesaro in UK, and that would have been sick. But I guess fucking not. They're gonna partner him with Nakamura and Zayn, because that's stupid.
Another League of Nations.
I have no.
Will Ospreay signs.
No, Will Ospreay is never leaving New Japan.
They
But
just give him
he-
a very lenient.
New
contract.
Japan's, I think, going to start pushing him in the heavyweight division.
they're going to.
So he's going to be there for a while.
I think they should put him to like Intercontinental. Throw him against Kenta or Naito.
Well, that hasn't happened yet. We don't know what's going to happen.
We'll
New
relax.
beginning is still coming.
Relax. New beginning. We'll get there eventually. So let me recap the 2 pay-per-views we did since we last saw us. Takeover Blackpool. I thought it was a pretty damn good show.
Yes.
I thought it was. The match of the night was absolutely Tyler Bate and Jordan Devlin. I think it was fantastic.
I sadly didn't get to see any. I
You haven't
was working.
Tyler
all
Bate and
day.
Jordan Devlin. I think that was Tyler Bate's swan song, because after he won, you saw Triple H and William Regal clapping for him up above him. Tyler Bate was playing with the crowd, and it's absolutely like he's leaving UK. I think he's gonna be.
What?
I think he's gonna be NXT America, because that seemed like his swan song.
Yeah.
Because you had Johnny Saint, Triple H, and William Regal after he won, being like, "Good job," clapping for him. He did a standing ovation. He played with the crowd a bit. I think he's leaving UK. Because he's.
I think Imperium's probably going to be leaving UK too to go to NXT main.
No.
That would just ruin the tag division, though.
That would ruin like everything.
That would ruin a lot
Or
of
they
shit.
just-
Because I think GYV is going to leave after they win the Tag Classic.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Because they have to face UE.
Oh, that's true. And who knows?
Or they can face Gallus and bring that at Takeover Tampa. Because I would think UK would count for if you win the Dusty Classic. You can choose either of the tag titles.
That would make sense.
If you're counting
But
as like
I
serious
think
brands.
they would go for the NXT America titles because they've already been UK
And
champions.
they beat Undisputed.
And they
Yeah.
did beat Undisputed, which that's a good selling point. And Zach Gibson on the mic is so fucking funny.
Oh, I love it. If you hate Gibson, shoes off.
If you hate
Hey,
Gibson,
Gibson,
shoes off. I'm trying to remember what else was from that card. The women's match was actually really good. That 3-way.
I thought it fell kind of flat a little bit. I thought it could.
I thought it was better than the
There
tag
was a couple
match.
false finishes that were nice and like got your blood pumping.
I think
but
in genuine it was better than the tag match, the ladder match. Tag match just felt it was just spot, but no real like oomph to it.
Yeah.
And Gallus retained, which Sam's fine with. I'm fine with. Stell's mad about it, but
Come on,
but that's
dude.
Stell.
It's as much as a wrestling fan that I am. It's wrestling.
Gallus is tight. They have one of the best themes in UK. It's
Yeah.
but and Walter and Joe Coffey was really good. It made Joe Coffey look strong as hell.
Yeah.
But
Um,
although that could start Joe Coffey and Ilya, because Ilya almost cost him.
I heard Ilya defects, and I thought I heard Ilya joined Imperium.
No.
I could be
No.
wrong.
Ilya would never
Maybe
do
that was
that.
a weird dream I had.
Hard to Kill. I know Stell doesn't want to talk much about Impact, but I love Impact, so I'm going to talk about it. Hard to Kill was not a great show. It had weird moments like Ken Shamrock tapping out Madman Fulton because Madman Fulton like kayfabe separated his shoulder. So Ken Shamrock was like, "All right, I'll just do an armbar," and he won in like 5 minutes. Which like Ken Shamrock is old, but it's a bold strategy.
also Madman Fulton in real life broke a seat on an airplane.
Did he fucking really?
Really?
Yeah, delayed the flight.
How
Dude,
big
Mad-
is Madman?
I think
Big
Oh,
enough.
Google it. I think he's like 6'8". He's a huge.
thick boy.
He's a
yeah.
huge dude.
Dumb thick.
Match of the night I think was Ace Austin and Trey for X Division. It was fantastic. Ace Austin is a great heel trying to fuck Trey's mom. Because why wouldn't we want to fuck Trey's mom?
6'8", 315.
God damn,
Oh,
dude.
Big boy.
shit.
God, that is.
So he's the same. He's a little
So-
less than Braun Strowman in weight, but
He's like
roughly
the same height. Jesus Christ. Dude, could you imagine if Madman Fulton was still on WWE? Could we get him against Braun?
Did you know Angelo Dawkins? Sorry to interrupt. Did you know Angelo Dawkins is 6'5"?
I believe it. He's a tall guy.
I don't think I ever noticed that. Huh. thought he
Now
was-
that you brought that up, I have a question. This is just me contemplating. When do you think they're going to break up the Street Profits?
I don't think they are because
I think they will, because I think they really love Montez.
they like
I
Montez.
think they love Dawkins.
But
too,
for
I think they're going to, if anything, I think they're going to have heel Angelo.
yeah,
Heel Dawkins would be kind of cool.
I think Tez is really over, and it would make more sense.
Dude, everyone
if
loves
he-
Montez
yeah.
Ford.
I feel like he could play either or really well, but I think there's argument for Dawkins in the storyline for him to be the heel.
Yeah,
And I feel like he might play that better than Tez.
I'd understand it. Yeah, hard to kill. They put the world title on Tessa, which I really don't want to talk about. Well, it's not a smart move, and I don't know what Sami Callihan does from here. Do you think he's gonna try and go back for it, or
if this Tessa stuff blows up anymore,
just put the title back on him?
I think they might just. Who knows? I don't want to say they're gonna fucking.
Because Tessa, because on the most recent episode of Impact, Tessa cut a promo being like, stand strong or whatever. The crowd did not care.
I think
the crowd was so uninvested with Tessa at this point because of all the controversy shit.
I think they're gonna do another match, and if stuff blows up by the time this match happens, they're just gonna not associate with Tessa.
Yeah, if things get worse, then I think she's definitely gonna. Even if they get worse, like in the next couple of weeks, she's gonna drop it on TV.
Yeah, she might even drop it on TV.
Drop it on TV to Sami again. Sami's a great heel. I didn't realize just how great he is on the mic.
I was gonna say you've been ragging on Callahan for
because I never paid much attention to him, and then I saw the Go Home promo where it was an interview with Sami Callihan, and he has a way of especially with his tone. He has a way of making it super believable.
Yeah.
And I absolutely love it. But
yeah,
Hard to Kill was like a D+ show. Blackpool was like a B+. I think both were great. I'll quickly go over Wednesday Night Wars. I'm not gonna go into every match like Stell because that's so time consuming. And no problem. Glad you can help me. So NXT, the only big thing I really want to talk about, Keith Lee is your North American champion.
Woo!
So I was talking about this before we were recording. I think it's bold that they did it on TV instead of at Portland. I mean, he deserves a title. Don't get me wrong. I think it's a bold choice to put it on TV.
I think this is a smart move because this is starting to lead to the downfall of the Undisputed Era. As much as I love the UE, when we go into Worlds Collide on Saturday, they're going to lose to Imperium, and I think after Tampa, they're going to have no titles left.
Oh yeah, no. Cole's
do you
definitely
think
not dropping.
so? Who do you think they'll drop the tag titles? I'm assuming
GYV.
You think it's gonna be GYV and then Ciampa's gonna take it from Cole, obviously.
Oh yeah.
And they'll do a final Johnny Ciampa.
Yeah, I
think they might do that in Boston then.
That would be great. That'd be great.
Which would be fucking tight because you're
going to take over Boston now. Oh no.
Probably not me. I think it was a smart decision. Keith Lee's awesome.
Yeah.
It made Keith Lee look great. I would be curious as to who he defends. I'm assuming he'll do Roddy again at Portland. I'm assuming who he'll defend against at Tampa.
I still think they're gonna do Keith
and
Lee
Dijak
versus Dijak at Tampa.
Which, because I mean, I know Hunter's pretty fucking happy about those two.
Oh, they're great.
They put on really good quality
matches. Their chemistry is unreal. Like, I literally have a draw the entire match.
Even before NXT, they've been wrestling like they had a PWG match during Battle Los Angeles. That was 5 stars.
Jesus.
Wow.
I would love to see Matt Riddle against Keith. I know they're like bros and like they're really good. No pun intended. Fuck you. Shut up. I know they're like really good friends, but I think because of that they'll have such great chemistry.
I just want to see the Stallion Battalion. Him, Keith Lee, not Punishment, Damian Priest.
Punishment Martinez. I don't allow Damian Priest a name on here.
They're all just. They have who's that guy we have seen a little bit on?
Trevor Lee.
No. Booge.
Eric Bugenhagen?
Yeah. They're friends with him too.
Did you not know Bugenhagen?
Oh, he's great. He's kind of cool.
Oh no, is it Ed Bugen? I don't fucking know.
It's something. He changed his
I'm
name,
gonna look it up. He's fucking funny though.
But basically, his gimmick is like he's like a Jack Black character almost. But he's got muscle. He does Scoop Slam Party.
Does he fucking?
Is he the one that does that like scream?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
This guy.
Yeah. I know. Okay.
This fucking guy. Yeah, Rick.
He's like 80s hair band.
Yeah, Rick Boog.
Rick Boog. They're calling in WWE. He's Eric Bugenhagen.
Yeah.
But he was Rick Boog.
Yeah.
Which is a fucking solid name. But yeah, he's done nothing in like the 4 years he's been on NXT. He's done fucking zip. That was really the bit. I mean, GYV beat Undisputed Era and Broserweights beat Imperium, which I think both they cost him because I know Imperium cost UE.
Yeah.
I don't know because I didn't watch NXT this week.
Did you see Walter slap?
I did see that gif of Walter.
Adam Cole.
I didn't hear it. I'm assuming it was giant, but
you could hear it just ring through the arena. I'm gonna pull up a video.
Definitely gotta watch back.
Jeez. Yeah, I saw the gif of Walter slapping an absolute hole into him, which it's gonna be so fucking sick. Because I thought when Worlds Collide was announced, I thought it was literally gonna be how they do Survivor Series, where it's gonna be like Adam Cole versus Walter. Someone's gonna challenge Roddy. You know, tag champs versus tag champs. Oh wait, here it is. Oh yeah, he catches it. Wait.
Oh,
Dude,
good
it hurts.
lord!
It hurts to fucking hear. Get the fuck out of here with that.
Oh my god.
Sweet baby Jesus.
Adam Cole.
I'm
Ouch.
His
You know
nipples
Adam
are
Cole is
at
like
other
ow.
sides of the arena.
You know Adam Cole is
Chest
ow.
cavity just deleted from existence.
Delete.
God damn. That was basically it for NXT. AEW, we have new AEW tag champs, Kenny and
That's pretty
Hangman.
cool.
I'm not sure if I'm a fan of it, but I think it's the best storytelling they're doing with Sad Cowboy.
And both gives him.
I think it's the
finally.
best writing they're doing on the show right now.
It's sad to see SEU lose their titles after
they haven't
just
been doing
one pay-per-view defense. But yeah, they've been kind of in obscurity for the past couple of weeks.
They haven't been doing anything, and plus, rumor has it that on the next Jericho Cruise they're doing the trios 6-man tag
And
titles.
that they'll probably wind up winning.
I would say either that or if Inner Circle is still around.
Which I feel like the Inner Circle has to.
I don't think it will because this is Jericho's last year.
No, don't say that. He's
This is
gonna
Jericho's-
beat Moxley.
He doesn't
No.
have a lot.
This is Jericho's last year. His body can't take it.
Yeah, I saw some of his.
Did you
body
watch it?
is
Did you watch him in
deteriorating.
Wrestle Kingdom? His body can't take it. Like he looks gross.
I want him.
He
to
looks
beat-
dude. He
gross.
looks like a bag of bones. It hurts.
He needs to beat Moxley.
ultimate dad
I want
bod.
it so bad. I love Chris Jericho.
I think the only way he would beat Moxley is because Mox does want to do full-time New Japan too. He loves being in New Japan. Which, as the current U.S. champ over there, it'd be fucking tight.
Yeah.
Plus, they brought the AEW title there. If they bring New Japan stuff to AEW...
They keep saying there's no partnership. And
I don't think there is.
I still think there might be some sort of super secret partnership, even on some minuscule level.
Yeah.
Like,
They're still doing Joey Janela and Kip Sabian, which I think is really cool. And Penelope Ford, as always, is a hoe bag. Which we love that, by the way.
very good.
I'm trying to remember what else happened. Santana Ortiz beat Jurassic Express. Whoop-de-doo. Nothing. It was Jericho Cruise. I mean,
Yeah, I know.
they threw MJF in a pool, which was fucking funny.
Did they actually? That's
Young
great.
Bucks, because Cody got in the ring with MJF. MJF's like, you can't touch me, and Cody's like, I can't touch you, but these two can. And fucking super kick party, threw him in a pool. They laughed because he couldn't swim. You know, memes and shit. It's fucking funny. No Orange Cassidy this week.
What?
I know, a little annoyed. And I heard that Ray Phoenix is hurt.
Yeah, I heard
He
that
hurt
too.
himself in the Joey Janela match.
I think
no.
that
On
I
the
think
cruise.
the original plan for the tag titles
Was to throw it on Lucha Bros.
or at least do one more Lucha Bros versus SCU. SCU retains and then drop to Kenny and Hangman. Honestly,
So do you think if Phoenix is hurt, because nothing's confirmed yet, do you think that leads to a Pentagon singles push?
oh, absolutely.
Because do you think he would go after Moxley then? Or do you think he would have like a singles feud, just simple? Moxley versus
If
Pentagon?
went after Moxley, you might have to take me to the hospital.
Look, we already have Moxley and Minoru Suzuki, which is going to be tight.
It's gonna be violent.
It's going to be a scary fucking match.
Oh
But yeah,
my
that was
God.
basically it for AEW this week. Yeah. That's about it. I don't have much. I'm going to skip over this right now. So we're going to start with one of our 3 show predictions. NWA Hard Times is tonight at the time of recording. I think Sam and I are going to be watching it. Eric is going to be working because
Gotta work.
Eric's fucking lame.
Because I got bills to pay. I'm so lame.
All right, relax, Archie. So I'll do the TV title tournament towards the end. I won't start with that. We have the NWA. Oh, actually, before we do that, do you think NWA has a partnership with Ring of Honor?
Yes.
So I think they do.
Because Marty Scurll appeared, but he's still signed to ROH.
He's
But
their head booker now.
He's their head booker. I think definitely since Marty's their head booker, that there's going to be some working
A
together.
lot of ROH guys are here on this show because Marty's going to be there tonight. He didn't say in what capacity, but he did say he will be at Hard Times tonight, which I fucking love.
Yeah, I definitely got.
I'm assuming he'll show up in the Aldis match.
I was gonna say if they're doing Aldis and Flip Gordon, then yeah, there's got to be some sort of.
Aldis and a member of Villain Enterprises. Speaking of, I'll have that be the first match. I'll probably be the main event of the card if it's not the TV title final. Nick Aldis and Flip Gordon of Villain Enterprises and also Ring of Honor. Sam, I'll start with you. Who do you got?
Nick Aldis versus Flip Gordon.
Yeah.
Aldis, I believe. Yeah.
Yeah, you have Nick Aldis
Yeah.
based on our predictions
Book
list.
Flip, but like, Nah, I just think Aldis is gonna win that. He's the title holder.
Yeah. I mean, it's not for the title.
Oh, it's not.
It's not.
No,
it's
it's just
just an
one-on-one.
exhibition.
Oh, I still think
This
Aldis is
pay
gonna
per view is mainly about the TV title.
Yeah. I mean, I think the world's title is the only title not on the line in the show.
Yeah.
But the TV title is like it's why the show is staying.
Question
Hard times.
mark.
Word to Dusty Rhodes. But yeah, I agree. Nick Aldis, Eric.
Nick Aldis. I think this match with Flip is just leading to a feud with Marty for the
Yeah.
title.
Yeah. Which do you think they'll do that at an ROH show, or do you think they'll do that probably at an NWA show?
They could possibly do it at Supercard of Honor in April.
That makes most
which
sense.
I would be fucking tight.
Yeah, in Florida during WrestleMania weekends, or I don't know if the NWA is doing another pay per view around that time.
I think they'll announce it tonight. I think they'll announce it probably during Hard Times, because that's when they announced that during Into the Fire,
Okay.
and they announced the TV title. So Stu Bennett or Wade Barrett, however you want to say it. I love Stu Bennett. I think he'll probably announce something. Yeah, I think across the board we all have Nick Aldis. Anyone who says Flip is wrong. For the NWA National title, this is the most meme of matches. This is fucking stupid, and I hate that this exists. But it's Aaron Stevens, Shooter Stevens, the national championship, third degree national championship, may I say, against the king of Steiner math, Scott Steiner. I'm gonna start. I think Aaron Stevens is gonna retain. I think he wants all the titles. He's not gonna get all the titles, but I think it's gonna be. I think he's gonna win in a hilarious way because Scott Steiner can't fucking do it.
But
And you both were assholes for this.
did I say Steiner?
Yeah, I think you both said Steiner.
I said Steiner because I don't see Steiner dropping it or putting Aaron Stevens over. He's going to come in like, no, I'm not putting that guy over. I'm going to win that title because I'm Big Papa Pump.
God damn it.
Yeah. I gotta
Have you looked at him on NWA?
No, he looks gross. Yes.
He looks fucking disgusting. Dude, he looks like steroids as a person. He looks fucking gross.
No, he looks gross, but he's that ego.
And Sam, you said Steiner. You
I
just
said Steiner.
Is it just because Steiner math?
Yeah. No, it's.
No, Sam's just such a big fan of the Steiner Bros take
Yeah,
team.
for real, dog. Like,
God
I
damn
love
it.
the Steiners. I don't know. Like, Aaron Stevens could definitely win, and he's probably gonna win. But it's Scott Steiner. I just see Scott Steiner winning
I think it would be fucking
for
funny.
like multiple reasons.
I would be fine if they put the national title on Scott Steiner. I just think it would be the funniest thing in the world. Three-way for the NWA Tag Team titles. You got the oldest men ever. They're old. They're old. Rock and Roll Express.
They can still go. I saw
Robert
them.
Gibson's eyes look two different ways, okay?
They do, but
Yeah, that's all I have to say on that. Rock and Roll Express are defending against the Wild Cards, Tom Latimer and Royce Isaacs, and James Storm and E. La Drake. Eric, start me off.
I got the wild cards.
I also have the Wild Cards. Any reason? You think all of Strictly Business is gonna have titles?
Strictly Business versus
Villain Enterprises.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Villain Enterprises. They don't have the
Did I
six.
s- did
They
I-
don't have the 6-man tags in it.
Did I say James Drake or not James Drake? James Storm.
You did say
Eli
James
Drake.
Storm and Eli Drake for this one.
I might change that to wild card actually.
You might.
I might.
Is this an official statement? Is this an official statement? I have it up here. I will change it
Nah,
right
fuck
now.
it, I'll do it.
You'll do it?
I'll do it.
Breaking news. We have an official statement. Pardon my loud fucking keyboard.
So it's everyone but Scott. Has
Scott
wild
thinks.
cards.
James Storm and Eli Drake. Because now Strictly Business will have all the titles basically in your world here, Chief, which would be interesting.
Yeah.
No, I don't see Rock and Roll Express. They can't fucking go. You watch Robert Gibson do anything, it's gross. It looks bad. Ricky Morton can still
Ricky
go.
Morris. So
Ricky Morton versus Nick Aldis was fucking great.
When I went to New Japan in September, it was the Rock and Roll Express versus Chase Owens and Gato, and
Well, Gato is Gato. Get
yeah,
the
but
fuck
it
outta
still
here.
was great. Like Ricky Morton did a suicide dive out onto the floor.
He's known to do Canadian Destroyers now, which is
Yeah,
fucking
it was
funny.
crazy.
He did one at Full Gear, and it was
Yeah.
fucking hilarious. Yeah, I see the wild cards though. I see. Who the fuck's calling you,
I have
stupid?
no idea.
Wow. All right, step out. Fine. Leave my
Rude.
podcast. You know what a dick. What a fucking. Yeah.
And he burps.
And from the warranty department.
Oh, get the fuck out of here.
Fuck out of here.
All right.
And
Yeah, fuck Ann. All right, yeah, so we basically all agree with that. The women's championships on the line. Allison Kay against Thunder Rosa.
Alice Kay's retaining.
They've been really booking Thunder Rosa well. Even
Yeah.
though she's part of Melina's stable, Thunder Rosa, I think, is still undefeated. It looks fucking cool because she's basically just female Darby that does a coup de grace, essentially.
No,
I think they've been booking it really well. I think it's going to be a botchy finish, but I think Thunder Rosa is going to be the new women's champion.
I think Alice Kay's gonna win because they're just leading out to a match with Melina.
That's not a bad thought. I would be fine either way. If Allison Kay retains, and you'll be the only one that gets a fucking point. I think they've been booking Thunder Rosa so well, and I think if Melina costs Allison Kay, then Thunder Rosa wins, and then Melina can be like, all right, give me the title now. And Thunder Rosa's like, suck my vagina.
I just think that my only thought is Thunder Rosa is going to win because of this whole Tessa controversy going on.
Yeah.
Which that's my argument for that, and they're like, "Listen, we support." They're like, "Wait, we support."
I don't think it's the same person though. I thought it was a different.
Oh, was it? I thought it was.
No, I think it's someone different. I actually don't know.
I might have gotten my people.
I might have my people wrong. I'll have to double check that after this.
I thought I heard it was Thunder Rosa.
I think it was La Rosa, someone from like MLW.
Oh, I'm an idiot. I think it was too. Wow,
you
I'm
look that
stupid.
up. We'll get back to you on that. Yeah, Eric is done for that one. So let's go to the TV title tournament. First round, we got Mama Storm's baby boy, the biggest babyface in NWA, Tim Storm, against Mr. Anderson. I'm gonna say Mama Storm's baby boy. He's the biggest fucking babyface. He cuts a sweet promo. The crowd fucking loves him. Tim Storm. He's not gonna go far, but I think he's gonna beat Mr. Anderson. Eric, what do you got for me?
I have Mr. Anderson because I think they're just trying to build Mr. Anderson up for
Against Colt Cabana.
against Colt Cabana, get that feud going.
So, like, I have a hard time understanding their feud. Is it just like Colt Cabana wants to help him, and Ken is like, "Fuck you, get away from me"?
I'm not really sure.
Because that's like, from what I've seen, it's like that, but it's very confusing.
I haven't
and
seen-
Stell isn't here to drop his superior knowledge of wrestling.
Tim's
Because clearly
Tim's
I don't have the knowledge. You
no.
fuckbag.
Stell is the NWA guy. I haven't watched too much recently. There's a lot of wrestling to watch.
There's a fucking lot,
Yeah.
and I'm not gonna go to Ring of Honor or.
Wow,
MLW. Were you dumb as bricks?
I'm dumb as bricks. I thought I read that it was Thunder Rosa. Wow,
Nope.
I'm just stupid.
God, not a good day for Sam today.
No.
Yeah.
Jeez, you come back.
Well,
you come back on the podcast one time.
Yeah,
Jeez.
and I'm just an idiot.
God damn. No, sorry.
Can I change my?
You want to change to Allison Kay?
then?
All right. Another breaking news. Sam going to Allison
Sam got two people mixed up.
Kay.
Which happens.
But Sam, Tim Storm versus Ken Anderson. Who you got?
Who do I got?
You have Tim. You say you have Tim Storm.
Yeah.
You're changing all your picks today, boy.
Yeah, I'm changing. Like I might have not thought this through.
You're gonna change your pick. I was gonna say, are you gonna keep it or are you gonna change it? Because
I feel like
Tim Storm is the biggest babyface in NWA.
I guess that makes sense. I'm gonna keep it with Storm then.
Sick. All right.
I don't watch Power a whole lot.
I try to. I'm not the biggest fan. I'm not a biggest fan of old school style wrestling.
I like it.
But it's funny. Next quarterfinal, we got Matt Cross, otherwise known as Son of Havoc. You know,
No, they're two different people.
Look, it's the same guy. You're wrong and you're bad.
He's not wearing the mask. He's not Son of Havoc.
God damn it. Against the Stroke Daddy himself, Ricky Starks, the best nickname ever made. This is a very obvious one. I'm going with the Stroke Daddy. I think he's gonna make it. I think he's gonna win it, the whole thing.
Yep.
That's
this
just me.
tournament is for Ricky Starks to win.
I think it's Ricky Starks to pull off a
Really?
win.
I still have question marks.
I think that's gonna be. I think we all have them as the final because that's the very
Yeah,
obvious final.
yeah, that's what I got for
Speaking
final.
of another quarterfinal, we have Trevor Murdoch, who Jim Cornette said something very racist about, but we're not going to repeat that because Jim Cornette sucks. Against the question mark Karate, as Stell would say.
Karate.
That's a very obvious one. Question mark. That's super obvious.
Question mark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Zicky Dice, who looks fucking weird. He
looks like
looks
dollar
gross.
store Joey Ryan.
That's good. Against from Ring of Honor, the guy who teams with Jeff Cobb, Dan Moff, who fucking looks enormous.
He looks like a big boy.
He looks like Taz if Taz was filled with air.
Taz ate Samoa Joe.
If Taz ate Samoa Joe, that's what Dan Moff looks like. Dan Moff.
Damn off.
You keeping with Zicky?
Dead off.
Sam, I'm glad that you saved yourself time and you see things my way. Because it works. I'll let Scott keep Zicky Dice, because fuck that. All right, so the semifinals. So basically, it's the winner of Storm and Anderson, the winner of Starks and Cross. So basically, for me, it's Tim Storm versus the Stroke Daddy. I'm going to say the Stroke Daddy. Eric, you have Ken Anderson versus the Stroke Daddy.
But Stroke Daddy's still gonna win.
I think you got a point. And Sam, you also say the Stroke Daddy.
Yeah, I guess they're pushing.
Dude,
this
it's
way.
just the best nickname ever. All right,
Stroke.
Stroke Daddy. And then question mark versus Dan Moff, essentially. I think it'll be
Damn
really.
off.
I think it'll be fucking close. Like I think it'll be a botchy finish. Like Aaron Stevens will get involved somehow. But I think the question mark.
There's a question mark.
Yeah.
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 Question mark.
I was gonna say you had question mark. Unless you want Dan
But
Moff.
Dan Moff versus the question mark.
Dude, it's gonna be a meme match. It's gonna be fucking funny. And then for the TV title tournament, I think we all the same thing. Stroke Daddy, Ricky Starks, and the question mark. Sam, do you think question mark's gonna win this?
I mean,
The
if they
question
take-
mark is gonna be your
if they
first
take the-
NWA TV champion.
If they take the title off of Stevens, then I guess not. But
You just want the question mark.
I really want. I guess I'll make another fucking change.
Jesus, dude. You're
for Ricky
Watch,
Starks.
question mark wins, and you're gonna get fucking what? If the
I'll
question,
be happy, but I'll be pissed.
if you could keep it, I'll let you keep it. Because question mark is a good choice. Scott also has question mark. If that makes you feel any better.
It's so hard.
Like we're pretty split on this. I think Eric and I both have Ricky Starks.
Yeah.
Because I could just imagine all the bits they could do with
Question mark.
and the title, like.
It'd be fucking funny.
But it's how prestigious would your first TV champion be if it's a wrestler named question mark?
Plus,
Ricky
Ricky Starks
Starks.
went the distance with Nick Aldis.
Ricky Starks. I
He's
guess.
the next young star they're trying to build.
Yeah.
Damn, you just switched up your whole entire fucking
Yeah.
card today, baby. Well, let's Scott keep the question mark, because then he'll get the point, because it'll be fucking funny. All right, so that does it for NWA Hard Times. So I want to jump in the sauna seat, and I want to talk about some controversies. So there's been a lot of wrestling controversies and a lot of very rough moments for the wrestling community. So I'm gonna list off some ones that come to mind. God damn, Sam, Jesus, moron. I'm gonna list off some stuff that comes to mind very recently. I just want to hear your guys' thoughts and kind of what you think of the whole situation. So we'll start with Tessa. We've been talking about her a lot. What do you think is gonna? Yeah. What do you think's gonna happen with Tessa? I mean, she is a world champion. Do you think they're gonna Impact's gonna keep her on much at all? Because all of her indie stuff is basically canceled now. I'm curious as to what Tessa's gonna do.
It's a weird thing. I don't even know, man. Like Tessa is like one of their biggest female stars.
She's
the
great in the
daughter
ring.
of one of the Four Horsemen.
She's great in the ring. I'll give her
And
that.
It's
You gotta take responsibility for your actions, though.
yeah, exactly. Like she can't get away with this clean. She has to have some sort
Reprimanded
of punishment or
somehow.
yeah. If this even is true, because
But-
she denies that it's
but
even true.
Also, all these accusations are coming out of different promotions.
Yeah, a lot of people are saying it now, so it's gotta be.
Like
it's gotta be true.
Allison Kay said it. The people who were in Japan with her confirmed it. I think it was like Stardom or Shimmer, one of those two.
Oh, Women of Wrestling.
Women of Wrestling is what I'm thinking of. Like a bunch of people confirmed it, and La Rosa was like, "Yeah, I was the person.
Yeah.
It happened. Whoop-de-doo." And Tessa was like, "No fucking way, dude." But the crowd has lost interest in her. I wouldn't be surprised if Impact drops her within the next month.
That's what I think.
I also wouldn't be surprised if they
Callahan
keep her because Impact needs the attention.
And
Although
they
Impact
have-
got kicked off of Twitch for a bit because of Rob Van Dam.
I thought he got banned. They got banned.
They're still on.
Oh.
Impact's.
I heard they
I don't think they're allowed to
talked.
do. I don't think they're allowed to do live tapings like the episodes on Twitch anymore
Oh.
because of Rob Van Dam's porn promo.
Him and
Which,
his
that
wife and
promo
his
was-
wife's girlfriend.
That was fuck. Have you watched the promo?
I haven't seen the promo,
I would-
but I heard it was like they got,
Watch it when you get a chance. It's the funniest thing because it's Rob Van Dam in a bed, and it's his girlfriend, like Katie Forbes,
His wife.
his wife,
And then-
the wife's girlfriend, which was like we don't know her name. It was like what was it, Jennifer or something.
I don't know.
Oh,
I don't know.
And it's just their asses are out. He's covered in whipped cream. Like it's prime content. But I think that's what got him banned from Twitch
Oh,
for a
yeah,
bit.
it's gotta
But yeah, Tessa, it's a bad situation. Jim Cornette, he's off NWA. I think he's still doing his podcast.
Oh, yeah.
The last thing I heard of him was he was talking about the Tessa thing and how someone paid her to do an audio file of her taking a dump.
What?
Did you not hear about this?
No. Excuse me.
So Jim Cornette, someone was talking to Jim Cornette about it, and apparently someone paid her. I want to say it was like $5,000 to send the guy an audio thing of her taking a shit.
So just like a recording of her
A
farts.
sound,
and,
a sound recording of her taking a full shit.
so just like the poop in the water and like her farting.
I think so.
I mean,
I don't know. Look, it's out there somewhere. I didn't want to look at it because it's fucking weird. But someone on a podcast told Jim Cornette.
listen. For $5,000,
And honestly, you have to find the episode with Jim Cornette, dude. I don't know if it's $5,000. I heard it was a stupid amount of money. But Jim Cornette was like, "What the fuck did you just say to me right now?" Like, Jim Cornette was dumbfounded that someone paid her money to listen to her take a shit. I don't know. It's just the worst thing I've ever heard.
but honestly,
damn.
Wrestling fans.
to be
by
honest,
the way.
but
You know some wrestling fans are like, yeah, but like, where's the audio file?
where's the audio file?
It's the worst fucking thing in the
Oh
world.
my god.
So,
Wrestling fans are weird. It's even like Alexa Bliss was complaining about wrestling fans on her Instagram. She's like, you know what, my pet pig is cuter than my butt, or something like that.
you were like, that's not correct. That's not true in the slightest. We can all be gentlemen
Because she's
about
getting sick of people commenting about her butt.
And look, well, now that you're on the same roster as Bailey, no one's going to comment on your butt. Now, are they?
No, they still will.
So, what is Jim Cornette doing? What do you, if he does anything else? Do you think he'll just stay on his podcast and just say how he hates comedy wrestling?
Well,
now he's a grumpy man.
Isn't he doing backstage booking in NWA?
I don't think so. I think NWA like got rid of him for good.
Oh,
That's what I heard. When after the whole Trevor Murdoch racist thing, I heard Billy Corgan just dropped him immediately.
Oh.
Billy Corgan was like, "Fuck that, dude." What is he? The guitarist or lead singer for Smashing Pumpkins?
and he
Lead
plays
singer of
guitar.
Smashing Pumpkins and guitarist. But I heard they dropped Cornette. Do you think he'll come back to wrestling in any way, or do you think he'll just stay on his
I
podcast?
think he's just gonna stay on his podcast.
I think he is a little outdated with his references and everything, and his view on
shit.
wrestling. I think he's a great wrestling historian. Like, I like listening to his
Because I know
podcast.
a lot of people were like, "Oh, Jim Cornette's no longer in NWA. I'm not gonna watch anymore." People only watch for Jim Cornette,
What?
which is fucking dumb.
I bet you because they're waiting for him to say something ridiculous.
And he did.
But I like Jim Cornette. I like listening to his podcast. It's interesting. It's funny with some of the things he says.
It is pretty fucking fun. I agree. He's a really good historian. Like, he's really knowledgeable
Like
on
on
it.
the, I think
But he's
it was
very old school.
Dark Side of Wrestling by, what was that? By some, it was a documentary series.
Yeah.
It was a Vice one.
Vice
Yeah,
documentary
I watched
series.
a
They
few
go to
episodes of
his
that.
house and you just go into like his wrestling room and it's literally just littered with all this wrestling memorabilia and like every card in every wrestling magazine from like the 60s, 70s, 80s. It's like he's a great well of knowledge, but I think he's just he's not with the times.
I agree. I don't want to talk about this next one, but I'm going to. Saudi Arabia. A lot of like Kenny has a problem. Kenny famously like tweeted something about, you're gonna accept blood money. A lot of people aren't allowed to go. Some people don't want to go.
A lot of bigger stars are opting out, especially with the heightened tensions politically.
Yeah.
Like even Roman Reigns is like, I'm not going.
Which is, especially with everything that's going on politically, I'm surprised they're still doing Super Showdown in like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Because they're doing that right after Portland, or not 2 weeks, like in like a month or so. But they have a 10-year deal still. Like I think it's still like 2027 or something around that.
Jesus Christ.
But especially with everything that's going on politically, I don't see it staying for a while. Because especially with everyone opting out,
Yeah.
I don't. So, do you think the partnership is going? Do you think that the Saudi shows are worth seeing? I want to hear your thoughts.
WrestleMania. So okay.
I want to hear your genuine thoughts. on this.
Basically, from my thoughts about this, whoever's paying, the prince who's paying for it, he wants a big. We basically get 2 WrestleManias a year because this is literally a WrestleMania house show.
Oh, they claim it to be as big as WrestleMania.
Yeah, and it is. Like, have you seen like all the pyro?
They're pretty.
Half the budget is going to pyro.
Their
Like,
production quality is outstanding.
it's amazing, but so like you'd have to be a fool like not to finish out this contract, but at the same time like the world is a scary place right now. Like,
it's fucking terrifying.
yeah. So I don't know. I like watching the show sometimes. I think
Like I think
the
I
matches
skipped the
they
last
do,
2.
The matches they do are just stupid. You should have never had fucking Goldberg, go against the Undertaker.
Please don't remind me of that. Undertaker.
We literally
No.
almost saw a grown man die. Like,
And of all people, Mark Calloway.
yeah, who
No.
was not pleased at any of that point.
Did you hear that? Did you hear that Bill blamed him?
Yeah, I did hear that.
I don't know if it was on I don't know if it was on Broken Skull or if it was on something else, but Bill came out and he was like, that was Mark's fault.
It was not Mark's
It was like, that was
fault.
absolutely Mark's fault for one to pull that shit. And Mark was like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, he was not happy. Because he was like, dude, you almost gave me a concussion. You dropped me
You
on my
almost
head.
killed him.
You almost dropped me on my head. What the fuck?
You basically did.
Yeah. I was not fucking thrilled about it.
I think there needs to be a point. Like, you can't be booking 50, 60-year-old wrestlers anymore. Like, their bodies literally
It's
just
not.
can't
It's
take
not the
it.
fucking move anymore.
Except Chris Jericho, because Chris Jericho is a god and will wrestle for the next 20 to 30 years and hold every. He will never lose the AEW championship, and he will forever be the youngest AEW champion. I need to poop. I'll be right back.
Make
So
sure you
what-
record it.
They should record it and send it out, maybe for money. You know.
$5,000.
I think while Sam leaves, I'm gonna tell him that Chris Jericho's not lasting through the rest of the year. I think 2020 is his swan song. I think he's done.
Yeah, I mean,
His body can't fucking take it. Look at the picture from
his
Wrestle
body
Kingdom where he flexed.
is deteriorating, but like it's not a bad thing. He's been doing this forever. He's still doing good,
He still does fine.
but
Like he still does his springboard shit.
Yeah.
Which I'm surprised about, but his body just can't take it.
yeah.
So yeah, and then wrestling Twitter. So I finally made a wrestling Twitter because I was like, fuck it, I'll join the cause. And Jesus Christ, I already fucking hate it. It sucks. You see all these fucking people, tweet out their opinions and how you can only one person can be right, and it's the person that's tweeting it. But then you put up legitimate reasoning for, hey, this is why I think you're incorrect on this. And they'll just call you a mark or something.
Well, listen. Are you surprised? It's the internet.
You gotta still. You would think that wrestling Twitter is I don't know what the fuck I'm trying to say here. At least there would be some common decency.
Oh no.
Like I want to call out a few people. So
Oh shit.
there's this one guy, and for Stell's friends, which I'll get to Stell in a fucking second. They know this guy as Pika. I think it's like a Pikachu reference. For you who probably doesn't know, it's basically this 40-year-old guy, and I'm gonna see if I can find up a tweet that I found of him. He got accused of being a pedophile.
Naturally.
Talking to an underage chick and like verbally assaulting her or whatever. And his reasoning was, "Oh, she was 19, so that's not abuse in any way. You're wrong." And everyone was like, "Still, you abused her and shit." And so he reported everyone. We all like took him down or whatever. I'm gonna find a picture of this guy because legitimately he looks fucking disgusting. Here he is. You can't tell me. You look at this guy for 14 seconds. You can't tell me that guy does not look like a pedophile.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, that's him with Seth and Becky.
Oh my god.
It looks you could just see it in his fucking face. And then he took his thing got down. He made a new Twitter where he was like, "I'm not going to talk anymore on the subject. I did nothing wrong. You're all assholes. You're bullying me. You're threatening to attack me." And my response is, "Yeah, don't verbally assault women. That's gross. What a fucking moron." People were calling him like, "You look like Penguin from the Batman comics." I said he looks like Human Muck, the Pokemon. Oh my God, like I fucking hate people. I was telling you this earlier. There was one guy that was, I think his name was like Seth Slate or something like that. He was saying how Ronda Rousey should win the Women's Rumble because people are going to be invested. And I said, no, I don't think you should bring her back. And he said, it's better than Shayna. And you and I can agree on this, that Shayna's better in the ring, better on the mic.
She's full time.
She's full time. Her armbar looks good, unlike Ronda's, who looks like she's hugging your elbow. It's gross. I think Ronda is a horrible wrestler. I think she's a great fighter. Like her in UFC, she's great. But I don't think she doesn't like the full-time schedule. Yeah, I don't think she'll ever come back. I don't know why Stell put her on this fucking logo or on this fucking image.
I think it's smart to pick Shayna because, well, one, I do
she's the favorite.
She's the favorite, and
she already has the feud with Becky. She has the beef.
The big thing is she's there full-time and fully committed, and
plus she's not going back to NXT. She's already done all that.
And Ronda, I know she's focusing on a family, which is great. She should have a family and have a happy life.
Her and Travis are happy.
That's important. That's important. But I do believe Shayna is full committed. This is what she wants to do, and this is her life. And I think definitely Shayna's gonna win.
Shayna should win the Rumble, but a bunch of people, even people that were like, main roster Finn Balor is better than NXT Finn Balor. there's unpopular opinions, and then there's fucking wrong. He was fucking wrong. That guy's a moron.
Grossly misused.
Dude, have you
main
looked at
roster.
NXT Finn Balor, NXT champion, doing Demon King shit,
And now
going to
can do-
London, doing Jack the Ripper type stuff? You had the chainsaw for an entrance. NXT Finn Balor is amazing.
Yeah.
Main roster Finn Balor, they gave him the Universal title, he got hurt, and then they never did anything with him
like
again.
Their top guy hurt him.
Because
Like,
main
back-
roster does not fucking care for their athletes.
Yeah,
They don't like Cesaro. They think he's not a champion tier athlete
even
at all.
though he is.
Even though he absolutely
yeah.
is. Dude, even Stell's Twitter fucking pisses me off. That it's a combination of the Becky marks, which we get it. You like Becky Lynch, you think she's hot, you think she's the greatest thing in wrestling. I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't even think she's the best fucking horsewoman. She isn't.
I do love me a Charlotte Flair. I'll say.
No,
that.
I think it's Sasha. I think athletically she's better than Becky. I think Becky has great charisma, but Becky Lynch is stone cold number 2. That's the only reason she's so over as it is.
Yeah,
Is because she has same character as Stone Cold. She's like fuck authority. She has the same. She has like hitman kind of thing where she's taking out all the things she has debts with. She's a great actor. Don't get me wrong, but she's not the style of wrestling that American fans like, where it's super technical. Which is why I think Shayna should win, because if they have the main event at Mania, they will have a fantastically technical match.
That'll be a really good.
And then Shayna will dethrone her because make Becky tap. It works. It works fucking perfectly. But the reason that I'm not fucking happy with Stell's Twitter is he just says some shit. And you're like, did a fucking person just say that? Like getting pissed that Walter got eliminated Survivor Series.
I mean, that was.
Let's be fair.
Let's be fair.
No,
here.
he got eliminated. Big fucking whoop. You didn't think he was gonna last long ever. Man, Vince doesn't care for UK.
Yeah.
It's known as a fact. So if you thought Walter was gonna last at all in the slightest, you're dumb.
Oh no, I didn't think he was gonna go till the end, but like,
Better than that.
I didn't think he would be the first one eliminated because it's fucking Walter.
Yeah, I mean,
like
still.
Vince at least has to know that this.
But like you
man
remember while he
exists.
was here, he threw like a bitch fit about it.
Yeah, it's. I'm someone who's just like, I love wrestling, but it's just wrestling, dude. Like,
But he said some things. He said some things about this podcast and about me. And I want to bring those to light.
Uh-oh.
I want to bring that light to us. So he tweeted out something. He was saying that I'm hosting, and when I made my wrestling Twitter, I was like, hey, your fans are listening to me.
fans?
They're people, but like the tweets that I've been putting out on my wrestling Twitter, people have been liking them, people have been retweeting them, and I told Stel, I'm like, hey, the people are liking me, and he wanted to throw some shade my way and say that, he's the reason that I have a platform or whatever, like he built the sauna or whatever. And I want to speak some real shit to this man, because Stel is dumber than a $2 fucking steak. All right.
I don't know. Sticks.
So while you're in Oakland, California, you're playing your fucking video games with all these zit-covered morons, I want you to understand one fucking thing. Every 2 weeks, when you come to record, you sit in my fucking studio with my microphone.
You're going off.
You sit in my room. I'm the person that puts this all together. I put the edit in together. I put it in this work. I'm the reason you have a podcast in the first place. I was the one that created this. So I want you to give credit where credit is due. Your wrestling Twitter is stupid. People listen to me more. I have the better opinions.
I'm the bigger wrestling fan.
I am the bigger wrestling fan. No, you are the bigger wrestling fan. I'll give you that.
Oh, yeah, I
but
can't
what you say is fucking maddening. Like, we get it. You want Becky Lynch to win forever. It's not gonna fucking happen. You think AEW is fucking bad,
It's amazing.
and you're gonna stick to your old school wrestling. Just be fucking grateful, all right? I'm a little annoyed that you're not gonna give me my fucking credit, because I'm the reason that people recognize you in the wrestling world. All right?
And that's a shoot.
And that's a fucking shoot. Anyone who says otherwise, Eric, I know you want to say something, so go ahead. I'll let you have this platform right now.
I mean,
you know why? Because I gave you the platform. I put you on my show. So go for it. Say something.
Did you put me on the show?
You know what, Sam? You and I are cool.
Yeah.
I'll shake hands with you, Sam. Sam, you're a like-minded individual like myself.
Yeah.
You understand the balance of this.
Yeah.
I get that.
You know what? I appreciate the opportunities that you're giving me, and I love coming up and hanging out with you guys.
Oh, yeah,
Hey,
it
man.
was a good time.
And
See, I like that. See, unlike Stell, you're grateful. I like this.
I do think we should cut Cell some slack because he's not here to defend himself, and
That sounds like his problem. Instead of coming to work, he'd rather go play video games. I know. Yeah, he knows he had to be here, but no, I want to go to California and play a 12-year-old video game with children and dweebs.
All right, but we're a team here. We're a family at the Shoot Style Sauna, and we all work together to make this as great as it can be. And I think we should cut him a little slack. We each have our own quirks. We each have our own things going on, and I think we should cut him some slack, man.
Amen. It's okay to be wrong. There's unpopular opinions, and then there's being wrong. I think you should just save yourself time and see things my way. Papa Steam knows best. And with that, let me talk to you guys about HelloFresh.
Nice.
Great fucking transition.
Sponsorship.
I know you fuckwads are going to want some good food. And I know you guys might be eating like absolute dogs. But let me tell you about HelloFresh. This is not an official sponsor. We're not being paid for this sponsor. But I still love HelloFresh. We have HelloFresh coming today, Sam. I don't know if you know this. We got some steakhouse pork chops coming. We got Mediterranean salmon. We got some biscuits coming. I have codes for free boxes for all you wrestling fuckheads out there. So, if you want to follow the Superior Wrestling Twitter, go to @Tim_the3count. Tell me you want a free box from HelloFresh. I will send you a code. The first 4 people who come to my Twitter and ask for a free box, I will give you the code. It's a free week of meals, and it's great. Or if you want to sign up for your own account, you go to HelloFresh.com. Sign up for an account. I think your first box is free. I could be mistaken. So, let's go to pay-per-view number 2. We had a tense moment. All right, I had to voice my concerns. I really had to speak my mind.
Let's all take a breath and
Let's take a breath. Let's go to Worlds Collide, baby. So let's just what? Let's do this all together. Let's just.
Kustrava.
I don't know if those were words.
It's from Anger Management with Adam Sandler.
I'm gonna go get ready in like 20 minutes.
You're gonna go ready in 20 minutes. That's okay. So we're gonna go to Worlds Collide, which is this Saturday, which Sam and I can't watch because
Party time.
I gotta work.
Pizza time, and you're working, so no one's watching this live. So first, I think the only one we're all split on, 8-man tag, the Undisputed Era against Imperium. I think they're going to continue to book Imperium fucking horribly because they're just not developed stars enough. I think Undisputed Era is going to fucking win.
Who did I say?
That burp is free. You also said Undisputed. Sam, don't do this to me, all right? We had a good moment, you and I. We had a good handshake.
Well, remember, he's changing up all his picks.
I'm
Sam,
changing it out.
Sam, don't do this to me, man, all
The
right?
more I think about it, if they're gonna keep like doing the downfall of UE,
Don't be doing this to me, man.
like you gotta have him lose against Imperium.
Okay.
Roddy's gotta take the fall.
Let me voice my reasons,
All right,
and
all
then
right.
you can make your decision.
All right, I want
So
you-
I am voting for Imperium because I do see this as this past Wednesday when Roddy lost the North American title. This is the beginning of the downfall of the Undisputed Era. As much as I love the Undisputed Era, their time is kind of coming to an end. We need to see more people coming in. We got more champions. We got just people in NXT. It's like, oh, they should get a run at something. I think now is about the time. And so Roddy lost on Wednesday. We have Undisputed Era gonna lose on Saturday, and then I think by or after Takeover Tampa, I think the Undisputed Era will have no titles, and kind of see what happens after that.
So,
And I also believe that NXT, that Triple H is starting to really build up NXT UK to maybe expand in Europe, because we have Shawn Michaels is over there now, but we have Grizzled Young Veterans possibly going to win the Dusty Tag Team Classic. We have, and if Imperium wins at Worlds Collide, they're just going to look strong.
I think Imperium's gonna win.
So let me explain why. Before you change your decision officially, and Eric, I do appreciate your opinion, but let me explain why you're absolutely wrong. So they've done this whole spat between Adam and Roddy when Roddy loses a lot, but they fixed it. They realized that the stable is better. Their stable is good if everyone's on the same page, and they've been able to do that before, which is how they got Roddy to win the North American title in the first place. And usually when they have big tag matches, they spend a lot of the match, losing. They make the other team look strong, but in the end, they've always found a way to win, especially with Adam Cole. Like a TakeOver 25. Adam Cole was not winning for a lot of it, and then at the end, he pulled it out because they have a way of looking strong in the end. So I think they're gonna make Imperium look absolutely magnificent, and that they can stick with them. But I think Adam Cole is just gonna pull it out at the end with the last shot. I think he's gonna pin Alexander Wolf because Alexander Wolf is the weakest one of Imperium. You can't fight me on that. You know he is. I
would argue that.
I think Undisputed. I think they will win. I think it'll be very close. I think it makes Imperium look magnificent as a stable. But I think Adam Cole is just going to get the last shot. No pun intended. So now, Sam, you have heard my opinion. You've heard Eric's opinion. I'm going to let you... You're your own man. I'm going to let you make your own choice. But I want you to take our opinions into consideration. It's a tough choice. I know.
Imperium.
Don't...
Imperium.
Woo! Sam, I thought what we had was special, but you know,
I get it. Like
it's all right. I get it. I get it.
I see. It's nothing against you. I see both sides, but I think it's gonna.
But just know when Undisputed wins that you're not getting that point.
And they might win. Like I'm not saying they're not gonna.
So we'll transition to.
I think we can all agree it's gonna be a damn good match.
Oh, it's gonna be good.
Oh,
I absolutely.
Yeah, no doubt. Like.
So let's go to what will probably be an even better match. We have Finn Balor, no longer the Demon. We got the Prince now, and Ilya Dragunov. Eric, I will graciously allow you to start.
Finn Balor.
Yeah,
Finn Balor. Okay, that was very fast. I there's not really an explanation needed.
No,
he's got Portland to look forward to. If Dragunov wins at all, it'll be because Johnny Gargano interferes, which would be very weird. But no, I think Finn Balor. NXT Women's Championship is on the line. Rhea Ripley defends against Toni Storm. Sam, I would like you to start this one.
You
said Rhea Ripley.
I did say Rhea Ripley because why would they take it off her when they just gave it to her?
I agree. That's
the
reason I picked Rhea.
That's pretty.
And then I think
unless they're continuing the storyline of like when
Rhea's never beaten Toni.
Yeah, or like Rhea because remember Rhea lost the.
Or no,
Rhea beat Toni for the championship. To win the first UK championship.
Oh yeah, that's right. I'm thinking more.
I just forget about that.
I make it and how she lost it to her as well.
And but they just put the title on Ripley.
Yeah,
I think at Portland it's gonna be Rhea and Bianca, which will be fantastic.
Yeah.
Eric,
I vote Rhea Ripley mainly because I think Toni Storm isn't done with the NXT UK women's title story with Kaylee Ray and Piper Niven. I think they still could do some more with that.
Yeah, you got a point. Weird burp right there. We have a Fatal 4 for the NXT Cruiserweight Championship. Angel Garza defends against Isaiah Swerve Scott. His name is Shane Strickland. I don't care what anyone says.
Kill shot.
All right, Eric, I'll give you that.
No, wait, they're two different people.
Eric, fucking Christ, dude. Irish Ace Jordan Devlin and the Kiwi Buzzsaw Travis Banks. Look, again, Garza just got the title.
Yeah,
he's
Garza.
fantastic. Angel Garza's gonna keep this. This one I flip-flopped on a bit. It's DIY versus Mustache Mountain, and what will be fucking amazing. I flip-flopped. I originally had Mustache Mountain because I think they could use the win more.
I think it's going to be
But I do think it's going to be DIY.
I think I'm going to change mine to Mustache
I'm not.
Mountain.
Sam.
DIY all the way.
Sam is a very indecisive man.
DIY.
Sam, I appreciate you ever so much, and
it's just because like it's got to be 3-3, right? And we know because like to even at like because there's 6 matches.
There's 6 matches.
U.S. should win 3, and then U.K. should win 3. So you're obviously going to have Rhea retain. You're obviously going to have Garza retain. So there's 2 of your...
And then Balor.
And then you got...
Unless this proves that...
Ilya pulls one out of his ass, and then DIY wins.
But you're going to keep Mustache Mountain.
I'm going to say Mustache Mountain.
I think this will go either way. I think it's going to be a great match. I originally had Mustache Mountain. I think for who... Like, they need it more, but I think for continuity, DIY has to win. If you have Gargano going into... Unless Finn Balor costs Gargano.
Gargano's just returning.
It's depends on, like, the placement on the card. Like, if this match... this match kicks off, I could see DIY winning.
I also think that Johnny's enhancement talent for a little bit.
I can believe that.
That's what I personally think, and I think he's perfectly okay with that.
Or what I actually think will kick off the card. This one should be super obvious. It's Kaylee Ray.
Well, that's the pre-show.
On the pre-show. My humble apologies. Not defending the title against Mia Yim. I don't like Mia Yim. I think
Kaylee Ray's gonna.
I think she's stolen.
Champion look strong.
I think she's stolen so much from Gail Kim that her character's not unique.
Okay. Okay.
Like half of her moveset is Gail Kim. Her entrance is Gail Kim. Her music is almost Gail Kim.
Okay.
I'm just making fun of Mia Yim at this point.
Okay.
Yeah, Eric, what do you want to say?
I don't know. I don't think that Mia Yim and
She does Gail Kim's finisher
Gail
too.
Kim
Eat defeat
are
and
that similar.
Yeah,
their finishers are the same. Their entrances are the same.
No, they're not.
Yeah, they are. If you look at them side by
Gail
side,
Kim never wore a bandana.
their finishers are exactly the same. That was always Gail Kim's finisher. Their entrances are almost like.
So is the Canes in the big shows.
Yeah, I was gonna say like.
I'm just, but it's
And 911.
But also their entrances are very. They're this. And plus, Mia Yim I think was trained by Gail Kim,
So Jordan Devlin was trained by Finn Balor.
but he doesn't come out as the demon.
He came out as Finn Balor when he was in the second. Oh no, it was the first UK title tournament. He came out with the leather jacket. People were like, "You look like Finn Balor."
Did he really?
Yeah.
I actually never saw that. But then, yeah, I would have made fun of him for that because like you're just ripping off Finn Balor. But Kayla Ray's gonna win this. It's super fucking obvious.
Yeah, they're just trying to keep
It's
the champion
just
strong.
without a fucking doubt. Before we talk about the Royal Rumble, we're gonna talk about our Superstar of the Week. Jesus Christ, what is that? Please don't tell anyone how.
I was saying
Is it
that's
Jimmy Havoc?
because
Yeah.
all the $15,000 fines for stapling
What
people.
happened to Jimmy Havoc? We haven't seen him in a bit.
He's crazy. Like, he's just...
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Before we talk about Royal Rumble, I'm gonna talk about the Superstar of the Week. I am glad that I was giving full ownership of this one, so I could choose whoever the fuck I want this week. And this guy, I love him to death, and he went from like kind of getting a good heel push to now he's a champion. Now he's in a good stable. It's Buddy Murphy.
Buddy Murphy.
Buddy
I
Murphy
love
absolutely
Buddy
deserves.
Murphy.
I love him.
Yeah.
I think Buddy Murphy deserves everything in the world. He absolutely is their Superstar of the Week. He had a good heel run against Aleister Black, but now he's part of the Monday Night Messiah and the Disciples, which that's what they should call that stable. He's one half of the tag champions now. Buddy Murphy's looking great.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what they do with him in the future.
Do you think they're gonna do Buddy versus Seth in the future? Because I would love that.
I think they're gonna add a new member to the
Stable. They're gonna do a 5-man.
It's gonna be Aleister Black, I think.
No way.
Yeah.
I don't think they would have Aleister.
He's
turn
Messiah, and no, so Seth Rollins is the Messiah, but then Aleister Black's kind of satanic-ish with his entrance, kind of with the candles and rising up from the smoke. And
I
then
think
his
Aleister's gonna
tattoos.
take on the stable
Because they were worried about him going to Fox because he was too satanic. So
yeah.
he's
I
gonna,
think
he's
Aleister
gonna,
Black's gonna take on the stable.
he's gonna go against them.
I agree. But yeah, Buddy Murphy, you get a towel this week for being fucking great. And we're going to talk about the Royal Rumble predictions. First, what I think is on the pre-show, although I don't know if it's on the pre-show, for the United States title, Andrade and Humberto Carrillo, the man without a gimmick. I love Humberto Carrillo, but it's still not his time. I think Andrade.
I agree with Andrade, but I also believe that they should have done the ladder match at the Royal Rumble with Rey and Andrade, and then you have Humberto's
Show
return
up then.
even bigger.
Yeah. I think what's going to happen is I think at Elimination Chamber is when Humberto wins the title from him. Or if they keep it on Andrade, I think that's going to be Mysterio's retirement match at Mania for the U.S. It's going to be title versus career. And then it makes Andrade look fucking great.
Yeah.
But a lot of people, I've heard a lot of reports that they want Humberto Carrillo to be the next Rey Mysterio.
But he
They
doesn't
all-
wear a mask.
It doesn't
I thought
matter.
Principe was gonna be.
What?
I thought Dominic was gonna be the next
No.
Mysterio.
They're saying they want Dominic to train a little more in the Performance Center.
Yeah.
But they think that the next Rey Mysterio,
Oh, you
even
mean
without
like
the mask.
the Latin babyface superstar?
Yep, they think it's going to be Humberto.
Okay.
I think it should be Andrade just because he's a better wrestler than Humberto.
But he's such a better heel.
He's a fantastic, especially with Zelina Vega. He's absolutely fantastic. But they're saying the next Rey Mysterio is going to be Humberto. I think Chambers' his time. I think Royal Rumble's not his time. And then, yeah. This match is a glorified squash match. It's going to be 2 minutes long. It's Chad Gable. I'm not calling him the other name. It's Chad Gable.
Shorty G.
Shut up, it's Chad Gable. And the returning Sheamus, who I thought had a bad case of neck, but he's back. This is a squash match. Sheamus is going to rinse him.
You think so?
Yeah.
I think he's going to rinse him in about 2 minutes. We'll time it.
Sheamus is gonna win. Coming back from Edge and Stone Cold disease.
It's coming back from neck, where he almost retired because
Yeah.
I thought he would.
I mean, he's been dealing with these neck issues for a long time. It's been a couple years.
Him and Ciampa, they're the two neck guys.
Neck boys.
Jesus. Sam, what time's your class?
1 o'clock.
I was going to say 12:20 now.
Yeah. I'm gonna get ready.
Falls count anywhere. Please end this fucking feud. I'm mad about it. I don't like it. Keep it ending. Roman Reigns, King Corbin. I say King Corbin.
I say King Corbin.
I could see it.
I say
I mean, you voted for King Corbin.
Yeah.
I think Scott's the only one that picked Roman.
I think Roman's gonna be Or Roman's gonna win the Rumble.
But yeah, King Corbin's gonna win this.
We'll
and
talk
then-
about that later.
We'll
when
talk
we
about
get
that
there.
later. But I think it's a feel good. SmackDown Women's Championship or SmackDown Championship. I don't know if they're what they're gonna call it. Fuck it. Bayley's gonna defend against Lacey Evans. Now, I tweeted this on unpopular opinion at Tim_3count. I absolutely love Lacey Evans. I think Lacey Evans is amazing. I love her like motherly. You know, she is a veteran. Like she was in the military. I think this whole gimmick is outstanding for her. I think she plays it very well because it hits so close to home. She's not going to win. Bayley's going to win, but I think she's going to put up a really good fight.
Yeah.
But I love Lacey. I love Lacey Evans when she was in NXT. I love when she was against Becky. I think Lacey Evans is awesome, but that's just me. For some reason, this is a strap match. I don't know fucking why, but it's going to be hilarious.
The Fiend's slippery and he keeps running away.
Oh, interesting. Before the Fiend takes on Kane at Saudi. That was announced. Universal title, Bray Wyatt and Daniel Bryan. This should be fucking obvious. It's the Fiend.
It's the Fiend.
Yeah.
It's the Fiend.
Is Daniel Bryan gonna change gimmicks again?
No.
Because every time the Fiend beats him up, like they just go back to like.
Well, that's why he's American Dragon now. They already did it.
But like.
I think it's the same Daniel Bryan, just cut his hair. Which I heard it wasn't supposed to be that short. It was by accident.
It was not supposed to be that short.
And Bree doesn't like it.
Bree does not like it in the slightest. I don't think his kid, what is it, Birdie, Ducky, whatever the fuck
Birdie.
the kid's name is.
Birdie.
Such a fucking stupid name for a kid.
I think it's kind of cute.
I think you're fucking dumb. Raw Women's title, Becky Lynch defends against Asuka. Now Scott says Asuka because Scott wants this feud to continue until Mania, but I am smart and I say it's gonna be Becky Lynch.
Yeah, I am smart.
Smart.
I'm SMRT.
SMORT.
So they're just gonna
SMRT.
bury Asuka
I am so fun.
I am so smart. Word to Homer Simpson. Becky's gonna win, and I think that will play into the Women's Rumble. Let's talk about our winners and who we think the final
Wait,
four will
you
be.
didn't let us get a chance.
My bad. You
Come
caught me
on.
off.
Selfish.
Hey,
Selfish.
I know. Shut up. I said Becky. Sorry, you guys go.
I said Becky because as much as I love Asuka and her heel persona, and I love Kairi Sane too, I definitely see Becky going to Mania and then facing the winner of the Women's Royal Rumble, which we will talk about in a second.
Yeah, Sam.
Becky, need I say more?
All right. Are you leaving right now?
No, I'm just putting my coat on.
All
Little
right.
chilly.
Women's Royal Rumble. So I want you guys to tell me your winners, but I also want you to tell me your final four
Oh my
and any
God.
surprise entrants.
Jesus.
I know we got a lot. So I'm gonna start. So I'll start. For example, I think Shayna Baszler's gonna win. I think that you keep the Survivor Series heat. I think she'll come in at 30 because it'll be an interesting moment, being like, "Holy shit, that's Shayna Baszler," and I think it'll be fucking close. I think the final four it's gonna be Shayna, and she'll eliminate Charlotte at number 2. I think it will be a returning Nia Jax, and I think it'll be Nikki Bella.
What I think.
I think if WWE wants to pull that bullshit like I do for the other two women's
see-
rumbles.
No,
Do you
but
want, I have it.
they have more of a well-rounded women's roster, and they don't really need to rely
Alright,
on all
sorry.
these legends
Okay,
anymore.
then not Nikki Bella. Tony Storm. I'll throw Tony Storm
Okay,
before.
okay.
I like that.
Okay.
Sam.
Your final four will be Shayna Baszler, Charlotte, Sasha Banks, and Bailey. No, Bailey hasn't.
You realize your winner's not even in that final four.
You listen to me. It's gonna be final four is gonna be Shayna, Charlotte, and Sasha, and then they're gonna look at they're gonna do some shenanigans where they stare down Sasha not Sasha, Shayna.
And then number
And
30.
Yeah, Ronda Rousey returns and wins. Yeah.
But that means you'd have to eliminate her friend.
Oh, any big surprise entrants besides Ronda? Do you see any other legends coming back?
Probably a bunch. Probably not Tori Wilson. Trish Stratus,
Trish-
Lita.
Lita shouldn't. She looks fucking rough.
Probably Kelly.
She looks, you
Probably
see,
Michelle McCool. All the old.
Michelle can still go.
Houston, yeah. And
Yeah, exactly.
I forgot to say my surprise entrants, but mine are basically the same. I would say Trish is
Yeah.
my big surprise entrant. Eric
It'd be cool if Tori Wilson got involved somehow.
or Kelly,
Yeah.
because Kelly's sick. All right, sorry, Eric, go for it.
Okay, so final four first.
Yes.
Okay, so I got Shayna, Charlotte, Sasha, and who could I get number 4? That's a tough one. I can't think of a fourth one. A female wrestler is gonna be number 4.
Santina Morella.
Santina Marella makes her triumphant return.
Glorified return.
They would get in so much trouble.
Yeah. They could be promoting transgender rights.
No, Eric.
Why would WWE do anything good? Jesus. All right. Who do you have winning?
Hold on. Surprise entrance. I see Lita, maybe Jacqueline, because they're in Houston. She's from Houston or from Dallas,
That
or
is
Texas
that
area.
is solid.
Nia Jax is probably going to return.
If she doesn't have a bad case of double knees.
Naomi is also most likely.
Ooh.
All right,
I
Naomi.
forgot Naomi existed. My bad.
Because the Usos is back.
Although they look like the Briscoes.
They look so.
They look either that or God.
I'm so glad. they're
Briscoes
back,
with teeth.
man.
They do.
So,
was the
winner, Shayna Baszler, and I see Shayna Baszler going on to WrestleMania to challenge Becky Lynch and then making Becky Lynch tap out.
I think she makes Becky Lynch nap. I think that's how definitive. And the reason is, and I fought that guy on Twitter earlier today, it's that she already has the beef, but she has, like Edge, she's really good at handling nuclear heat. Yeah. She is really good at being the worst person and handling it so well. And this whole, like, I'll take on fucking anyone and I'll beat the shit out of all of you. It works. I think she could continue that on Raw. She doesn't have to hold the title for long. Like, drop it back to Becky at the next pay-per-view, but works.
Yeah.
Men's. We'll do the exact same thing, but we'll start with Sam, because I know you have to go in, like, 5 seconds.
I think your winner's going to be Roman Reigns. Brock Lesnar is probably going to get eliminated by Roman Reigns. Final four will be Roman Reigns, Brock Lesnar, Tyson Fury, and Cain Velasquez.
Ew.
Yeah, I honestly think that's going to be your final.
I can only think of just, right as you said that, I just thought, just ew.
Any big surprise
Yuck.
entrants?
Tyson Fury, Cain Velasquez. There's literally like only 2 spots where it can be like surprise entrance.
Yeah, that's fair.
Which kind of sucks. I wish they did like a 40 or 50 man rumble this year.
That's it?
I just don't feel like it's going to be too exciting of a rumble.
I don't think
Because I
it
feel like they want more focus on the women's rumble.
I think they do. Eric, I'll let you go next.
I definitely believe probably Roman Reigns is going to win and then go on to WrestleMania to dethrone The Fiend.
I don't think he's going to dethrone.
And, well, they're going to have the big dog. You know, Roman's been on the mid-card for a while, or not really on top as champion, and then this is going to get him back in that picture. But, like, because definitely Brock is going to, unfortunately, go on to face Tyson Fury or, like, Cain Velasquez.
Again.
WrestleMania, so it's not going to be a Raw superstar. It's definitely going to be a SmackDown superstar. Final four, Roman. I think Brock's going to get eliminated before the Final Four by Cain Velasquez or Tyson Fury. But then Tyson Fury and Cain would be eliminated, and they would make the Final Four be Roman, Kevin Owens, Drew McIntyre. I didn't look at the graphic. I just threw it straight out of my head.
I was going to say, bitch.
And then another, maybe an NXT guy, maybe Keith Lee, Tommaso Ciampa.
I don't see him. I wish.
There's
an argument for Matt Riddle to win, but
There's
what if Matt Riddle
There's
comes
arguments
and
for anyone to
eliminates-
win.
There's like no real. Yeah, I think it's like 28 spots are confirmed.
Dude, I don't even know who's gonna win. It could be.
And the other two, I think, are going to be.
It could
surprise-
be Eric Rowan for all we know.
And his little thing that he has in the
his
cage.
thing wins the
What do you think
Rumble.
that is? It's gonna be.
I just don't know like what it could lead up to.
I have
Like
no
it's an
idea.
ugly looking dog.
I think it's gonna be like. I think it's gonna be Emelina, where it's just gonna be. It's a swerve for a swerve. Like it's gonna be nothing.
I don't think we're ever gonna find out. Honestly,
It's gonna be stupid.
I feel like that's
one of the things
point.
we'll be asking. What the hell was in that cage
Exactly.
forever?
Like, who threw the cake at Kevin Owens' face? Like,
Who really screwed Brett? You know.
I also think Roman's gonna win. I think your final four is gonna be.
If you're playing it
Now,
safe,
who do I think Roman Reigns will win. Who do I think should win is Kevin Owens.
Drew McIntyre.
I
KO
think
Drew
KO
McIntyre.
should, because KO should dethrone Brock, because he should be looked at as the man,
I wish.
like the guy to do it.
As much as I love Kevin Owens,
Damn.
I think him and what
Trademark.
he's doing with Samoa Joe and going against Seth Rollins is great, and I think that's
They said that Rey Mysterio is probably going to join Samoa Joe and Kevin Owens to go against Seth and the boys.
that's probably going to lead to
'Cause
WrestleMania
Big
possibly.
Show. Yeah.
And then, but I'd love to see Drew McIntyre because he definitely has his time is he's
Quote
been
John
waiting.
Cena, my time is now. I think your final four.
He's overdue. Drew McIntyre is definitely overdue.
I think it's gonna be Roman. I think it's gonna be Randall Keith.
Randall.
I think it's gonna be Kevin Owens, and I think it'll be Johnny Gargano.
That'd be cool.
to make the Final Four. It makes Johnny Gargano look strong.
I think. Well,
Because I really don't want Tyson or Kane. I think it'll be one of those where it's like they eliminate Brock, but then Brock slides in and eliminates them too.
Temper tantrum
Surprise
eliminations.
entrance, yeah, Tyson and Kane, just because there is no fucking
Or
room.
surprise entrance.
I would think if it's not Tyson or Kane, in terms of surprise entrance, I've been hearing Edge. I really don't want it to be Edge because he has a bad case of everything.
I don't want him to hurt his neck somehow because I know he has a family and stuff, and that would just make
Although
it really bad.
I could see Christian.
we got,
His body's also paper.
But
I think
his
it's
is just
there's-
his concussions.
Again, there is like 2 spots for like surprise entrances.
Are you gonna do a Return to Velveteen Dream?
I had the bold pick that Dream is number 30 and come.
I think if anyone's gonna come
Ow!
back, I think if anyone's gonna come back from injury, I think it will be Velveteen because that would be a great moment.
They're saying Jinder Mahal's coming back.
Well, is that going to be like a Dolph Ziggler kind of return? Remember what happened in the 2018
Oh, yeah.
Royal Rumble? Because he quit after winning the U.S. title at Clash of Champions 2017.
and then dropped it.
And then it was
came
just
back.
like, I'm leaving. And then came back number 30. And people were like, oh.
It was
It was
not.
dumb.
It was
Like-
really fucking.
Like
dumb.
I remember watching me and Marco, one of our friends.
Shout out to
like,
Marco, by the way.
We went to Clash. of
I was there
Champions.
too.
We-
With
yeah,
my
we
friend
saw
Zach.
we saw Dolph win it. We were like,
Where
what?
was Clash?
Boston. There's a triple threat between, it was
it
Dolph,
fucking real?
Baron, Corbin, and when he had
Bobby
hair,
Roode.
and Bobby Roode.
Back when it
Back
was
when
called
he was
Bobby.
Bobby Roode.
Instead of drugged 30-day suspension Robert Roode.
Yeah, for
Do you hear that Bobby wants to bring back beer money?
I think Bobby.
He wants to find someone to bring back beer money with.
I wouldn't be surprised if Bobby
Because you
just
can't get the
wants
cowboy.
help. Yeah, Cowboys end up.
I think Bobby should just leave.
I agree. I don't think he's gonna because they're probably paying him. a
Well,
lot of
he's also,
money,
he's
but-
40 or like 41 or something.
Yeah,
so I
he's on
think
his
Is he
retirement.
really that old?
He's
Yeah.
40-something.
he's
I
been
gotta
around
look
for
this
he's
up.
been around for a while. So I think he's just like kind of just making his money now
No,
for
that
his
clock
family.
that clock is behind. I don't
Oh,
know.
what time is it actually?
It's 12:35.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna get my shoes on. Then.
I was gonna say.
Have a great one, rest of the
Do you want to plug anything right before you leave?
Follow Sharpshooter. It's supposed to be Sharpshooter Sam, but
Sharpshooter
Twitter-
Sat one.
it's like SA1. So like follow that. I guess I don't really post often, but when I do, it's funny. I think.
I think
That's
it's
all
fun.
that really
He's
matters.
40. He's 42.
42, yeah.
Wow.
That's fucking. But yeah.
Later, my
Bye,
news.
Sam. All right.
Yeah,
If he brought back beer money, that'd be fucking hysterical.
that'd be
though.
great. They're riding the little cooler motorbikes again.
I don't think I think it would have to be like an NXT gimmick because I don't think main roster would allow that
No.
because kid friendly. So we're gonna go to our final segment, the SDU, as your head writer.
SDU.
I'm glad someone made that. I don't think anyone's ever made that.
No one
bit.
has yet. I don't know why.
So we're still in season 2. We just came off of Stell's pay-per-view of Backlash. It was fucking mediocre. It sucked a bag of farts. I hated it.
Come on, man.
No, the match is like because I set the pay-per-views to simulation where I just watch
Yeah.
them because I'm like I'm not gonna interfere with anything. It was a bad fucking show. Like I'll show you here. It was not great. Like Gentleman Jack Gallagher's your hardcore champion. It's memes. It was just the main event ended.
Oh
in
no,
DQ.
Luke Gallows beat Carl Anderson.
Yeah, and then so
This is a video game. Why am I reacting so
yeah,
much?
I'm writing it as Luke Gallows is now a heel, but he has a valet. It's almost like Kip Sabian kind of.
Yeah.
Where he has Billie Kay because she's not doing anything, and she's not with Peyton Royce. So I was like, fuck it, I want Billie Kay to do something. So now it's NXT. We have right before our first Big Four pay-per-view, we have NXT Takeover Toronto, which is in, you guessed it, Saudi Arabia. Just kidding, it's in Toronto. So I'm going to run down my matches. I'm going to run down what I wrote about it. And then Eric, as the man who knows absolutely nothing, is just going to tell me what he thinks of
I know
it.
something.
I mean, yeah, a little bit. So first we have a women's triple threat. We have Miss Money in the Bank. Yes, you read that correctly. Lacey Evans.
Is she cashing in for this match?
No, this is just a random triple threat.
Oh, okay.
I actually don't know if I want a cash in, but we'll get to that when we get to that. Against one of our creator wrestlers, the Diamond, Selena Jackson, which I've been writing as she's the protege of Stephanie McMahon. She's like, oh, I'm just going to force her in. She's fantastic. She's super great. And she's currently undefeated. And Sonya Deville, who has had a feud with Lacey Evans, be like, you're not a real woman. You know, you're kind of like this, like, you're a fighter. You seem like a man. I'm not trying to be like, oh, Sonya Deville, you're not straight. That's bad. But, like, kind of in that realm.
Let's not do that.
It's not like I'm not outright saying that, but it's very Lacey's like, Sonya, you're not a real woman. I'm a classy lady. Whoop-de-doo. And then that's supposed to be the continuation. And then Stephanie Mann's like, I'm gonna throw this woman in. So it's a triple threat. So
The
what do you think
only
about it?
issue I have with that is Lacey Evans is Miss Money in the Bank.
It is
like
Miss Money in the Bank, yes.
you don't see a lot of Money in the Bank winners in championship matches without cashing
This is
in
not.
ahead of
This is
time.
not a championship.
It's
match.
not. It was just a triple threat.
It's just a triple
Oh, okay.
threat.
Never mind.
I'll say NXT women's champion right now is Bailey.
Never
We'll get
mind.
to that
Never
later.
mind. It's fine.
But yeah. So what do you think about this? Just in general.
I think it should just been a one-on-one between Lacey Evans and Sonya Deville if it's just for that reason of
Continuing
Sonya's
their feud.
sexuality issues with that.
It's not. It's
not about
Like, I'm
it,
not
but
explicitly saying it because
it's-
that would be
it's in the back
toxic
burner.
as fuck.
Yeah. But like to throw Selena Jackson in, is there like a number one contenders match or something?
I think it was the reason I wrote that is it's literally just Stephanie McMahon being like, I have power, I'm throwing her in because fuck it.
Okay.
It just kind of fits her character. I really don't care who wins this. I feel like if Lacey loses, I might have her cash in later, just because why the fuck not?
Do a Seth Rollins.
That'd be kind
And
of
that's
fun.
what Roman's gonna do at the Rumble this year in real life.
That would be kind of
Roman's gonna lose to Baron Corbin to come back and win the
That'd be
Royal
fucking
Rumble.
funny. North American Championship on the line. My champion is Chris Jericho. Yes, you read that right. He dethroned at the end of season 1. He beat Jon Moxley for it.
Foreshadowing.
Giggity, giggity. Taking on Roderick Strong, and the story really isn't about Chris Jericho. If Jericho wins, I have an idea to do what WCW did and do Jericho personal security, and have like a jobber, some big jobber be his security guard. Which, looking at the roster, Angelo Dawkins isn't doing anything. You could have the Big Boss Man do some shit.
Oh, Big Boss Man.
You could have the Anvil, Jim Neidhart. You could have Eric Rowan.
Ooh,
You
the
could
Neidhart would make sense because Jericho is from the Heart Dungeon.
This is you could have, that's kind of really it. Yeah, but the story here is with Roddy. Roddy was season 1's Mr. Money in the Bank, and he cashed in on Ricochet to win the NXT title, and like immediately lost it back to him.
Oh, no.
And Roddy is pissed because he's like, I don't have a championship, so he's been just challenging everyone, and he lost the NXT champion Bray Wyatt. He lost a tag title opportunity. So he goes to Jericho and he's like, I want a title match. And Jericho's like, look, kid, you've been sucking. So no. And so Roddy has been just a bitch.
Is he doing like what Christian did in 2011? Just one more match.
Essentially, like he hasn't challenged. He's challenged him he's challenged him before, and Jericho beat him. And Roddy like pitched a bitch fit.
One more match.
And essentially, he's like
Yeah.
one more match. But he's like, I really want a title again. He's just a pissy child at this point. Yeah. So that's that. What give me some thoughts.
I do like the character that Roddy's kind of doing. It's like that whiny, like, give me another chance, like I can do it, because
It's close. Yeah, it's close to
'cause that-
2011 Christian.
Because that character Christian did get over pretty well.
He did get pretty over, and he got a win.
Yeah, he was like a 2-time world heavyweight champion, and then he had that great match with Randy Orton at SummerSlam.
Which was a really good match.
Yes.
From what I remember. Is that the DQ finish? Is that the?
So
No,
it's
that
the
was
one-
Money in the Bank.
It's the RKO on the steel steps one.
That's what I was thinking of. That's a good match. I would personally like Jericho to win, but since I don't control the pay-per-views, I'd be fine with this either way. United Kingdom Championship, Drew McIntyre defending against Kevin Owens. So Drew he's one of 2 people in all of SDU. He's the first champion and he's never lost.
Wow.
So originally when Sam ran NXT, he wanted Drew McIntyre to be the most dominant person ever. So it's been 14 months as him as NXT champion. Almost no one's beat him until Kevin Owens came along, and in a non-title match, Kevin Owens is the only man to beat Drew McIntyre. And Drew McIntyre snapped. He is breaking everyone and everything, and he's like, I want Kevin Owens again. He beat me. Fuck this guy. Kevin Owens is like, dude, you lost. But Drew is ballistic at this point. He was like, I'll even put my title on the line. You're not going to beat me again. He is absolute monster. And then Kevin Owens.
I want Kevin Owens got to win because Drew is distracted. He's not focused. His rage is going to get the best of him. And Kevin Owens is probably just going to like roll him up.
I think it would be kind of funny. I think it would be funny if he wins on a roll up too. Because he doesn't do the stunner in 2K19. He still does pop up power bomb. And like that, almost like Pentagon does his driver. It's those two. But I would be fine with Kevin Owens winning. I think that'd make the most sense. If Drew wins, I might bring it to SummerSlam because each show gets 2 matches there. I'd be fine with it either way. For the NXT Tag Team titles, the Beautiful People, which is Ravishing Rick Rude and Rick the Model Martel. Before you laugh, I love that.
No, I like it.
They also have Lacey Evans as like their manager, but like she doesn't show up a lot. But against the Kings of Wrestling, which is Cesaro and Cassius Ohno.
Yes.
So Beautiful People, I've really invested a lot because I love that whole concept of like, ravishing on the model, and they're just kind of the beauty gurus. So they have their own little like backstage show called the Beauty Corner. Mm-hmm. So basically they just make fun of wrestlers being like they look
Beauty
gross.
shop. Right?
That was Brutus. No, that was the Barbershop.
Barbershop.
Has Beauty Shop ever been done? I thought it did. That's why I did the Beauty Corner.
That's the Beauty Shop. I think Beauty Shop might be a better name.
I thought I was thinking it might be.
I mean, it's up to you. It's your universe.
Yeah. So basically, they've just been making fun of people, and recently they've been making fun of like Cassius Ohno, like his long hair, like it's kind of gross or whatever. So
he gained weight, Cassius.
Jesus. We'll get to that in a different storyline. And then Cesaro and Cassius Ohno, I planned for them to be heels, but they are so over already. So I was like, fuck it, I'll make them the babyface. And, they just come on. They're like, you guys are fucking dumb. This is stupid. And then since they're each, like, made tag teams by me, I tried to give them each, like, kind of similar finishes. So Kings of Wrestling, they do what they did when they were in Ring of Honor, the Hero's Welcome, which is just like a super power bomb.
Yeah.
And Beautiful People do what the Vaudevillains did, the Whirly Dervish. And then it's basically... there's a number one contender match, like, immediately after, which is... the Disciples of Wyatt, which is Lars Sullivan and Bo Dallas, since Bray Wyatt's their god now, against Sanity's Killian Dane and Eric Young. So winner of the tag title match faces them at SummerSlam. So we'll do 2-1. What do you think?
I think it's good. I think they're both pretty good.
Do you think Beautiful People should retain? Do you think Cesaro and Ono?
How long have they had the titles?
I actually don't know off the top. I think it's been a few months. I think they've had it. I want to say maybe 4 or 5 months.
Okay, I think if Kings of Wrestling was in the number one contenders match rather than one of these other teams, and then won that, and then faced the Beautiful People at SummerSlam and won it there, I think that would be better.
Okay. Do you think they should retain? Beautiful People should retain here then?
Yes.
Okay, and who should win number one contender then? Because Lars Sullivan and Bo Dallas, they're the disciples of Wyatt. They kind of do his downbringing, especially with Bray Wyatt's feud, which I'll get to momentarily. They've been kind of like, taking them out. They run the compound. Lars is almost like Frankenstein. He's like PCO essentially.
Okay.
Where he's the created monster, but he just fucking goes nuts. And Bo Dallas is very sadistic. Like, he still looks like Ms. Taraj Bo Dallas, but he's very like, all right, let's just kendo sticks and kendo
I was
sticks.
just stop you. I think then Lars Sullivan and Bo Dallas should win and face Beautiful People, because then you got all those hilarious promos of Beautiful People telling them, hey, you guys are pretty ugly. What are you, monster? Like,
yeah. But although that would only have like a week build because SummerSlam is like immediately after. So if you do that, would they take the titles and then all Bray and his disciples all have championships?
How long has Bray had the title?
Since he won it at Mania. And this is the 3rd month. So it would be 2 months now.
Possibly.
Because he won the Royal Rumble of Season 1 and he beat Ricochet in the main event of Mania.
That possibly might be a good idea, so they have all the gold and they're on top.
Yeah. All right, solid. Semi-main event, the Women's Championship. Bayley is defending against Mandy Rose. Do you remember the hey, Cassius, you gained weight thing? Kind of what I'm doing here.
Who's Piggy James in this situation?
Bayley, kind of. So basically... there was a big emotionally draining angle with heel Candice LeRae, because I don't like Candice LeRae, so I was like, fuck it, I'll make her a heel, where she would antagonize Bayley by like trying to flirt with her boyfriend, like her real life boyfriend.
You mean Johnny Gargano?
No,
Bayley's boyfriend. Okay.
So like she would like go to Bayley's house, like try to fuck her boyfriend and stuff, and then Bayley's like, whew, emotionally draining. And then Mandy Rose is basically Regina George from the Mean Girls, where it's like, you fucking suck. Kind of makes fun of her looks, kind of makes fun of her, like, like weight and stuff. And then Bayley as, like, she's still a face, so she's still like the child, kind of. She, like, doesn't really know what to do. She's kind of held back, and now she's, like, about to snap again. I'd actually be fine either way with this, because the Mandy Rose, it'd be a weird heel moment, and then Bayley could get the title back again. But Bayley could be like, hey... overcoming the odds again.
I think Bayley should win with a splash.
That'd be sick.
Yeah.
That'd be sick. Main event, no disqualification. NXT title. Bray Wyatt and Triple H. Now, I wanted this feud ever since Bray Wyatt won. Hear me out. Bray Wyatt, right after NXT after Mania, he cuts this promo where he's like, I won the King of the Ring. I won the Royal Rumble. I won the main event at Mania. I'm the NXT champion. He calls himself like a god. He's like, I am the king of all things. And then the King of Kings comes out. He's like, congratulations, you had a really good year. And Bray Wyatt kind of like laughs at him a bit. And Bray Wyatt's like, I don't need your congratulations. Triple H is like, okay. sure. I don't know why you're rude to me. And Bray Wyatt attacks him every chance he gets. Bray Wyatt's like, fuck you, dude. Like, I don't need your congratulations. I am the king of kings. You have no rule here. I've had them take Triple H to the compound and beat the shit out of him. I've had Triple H had to go through each of the disciples to get to Bray Wyatt. It's been a lot. He vows to silence the demons in the mind of Bray Wyatt. He's not a god. This feud kind of like writes itself.
Is Triple H still considered the founder of NXT in this?
Not the founder, but he is like the guy.
Okay.
Because
he's like the top wrestler.
Yes.
Okay.
He's the guy. He's like top shit.
Because I'm thinking if he's like
he's like the Shao Kahn. He's
okay.
He's the babyface on this, absolutely. But he's like the Shao Kahn. Like, I'm the
Okay.
guy who runs this. Get off me.
I was thinking like if he was
the
Triple H of like he is in real life, then Triple H would be like, I'm gonna take back my creation.
Yeah.
or
But
something.
the go home show is Triple H is laid out in the middle of the ring, bloodied as all hell, and Bray Wyatt just kind of kneels above him with his title and the disciples right behind him. That's the visual I want. So, his feud writes itself. It's fucking cool. I wanted it to happen. I would be fine with this going either way, but I would want to continue this in any way. So, shoot me thoughts.
I don't know. It seems like if you want to get the big babyface win, Triple H should win.
They had a match on NXT for the title because Triple H is like, I don't want to wait, and Bray Wyatt's like, I don't want to either. But that ended in disqualification.
Okay.
That's the only match these two have had against each other. They've had no physical interaction.
Let's talk about because it seems like you just want to keep the Bray Wyatt on top going because he's like, this is my year.
I was gonna say he had a great year. He
my-
was superstar of the year for season 1.
This is my year.
Yeah.
But if you want that big babyface win,
Triple H to
yeah.
win. I'd be fine with this either way. And
Yeah.
then, that would go to SummerSlam. We're not going to talk about that. But that is it for today's episode. I'm sure you liked it better than all of the episodes. I'm sure you liked this than all of the other episodes because Stella wasn't on it. Eric, do you have anything to plug?
Just follow me on Instagram at HarmonEric. That's really it.
And you can follow my new wrestling Twitter at Tim_the3count. And make sure to tweet that I'm smarter than Stell. I know I'm ending making fun of Stell, and I know we took a breath from that, but still, I'm the man, the myth, the legend. Pop's team knows best. As always, I hope you have a wonderful Royal Rumble weekend, and thank you for tuning in. We're going to close the doors on the sauna, and Lars Sullivan did gay porn.